Peace. So today is December the 2nd, making today's math 2, or wisdom. And wisdom is the application of the knowledge. Wisdom is also symbolic to water, in that knowledge is the foundation or the cup, and water would be formless without the cup. And the cup will be empty without the water, which is the relationship between knowledge and wisdom. To take it to a degree as far as applying the knowledge to illustrate how knowledge that seems unuseful can be applied. For example, in the solar facts, the first one speaks of Mercury and its distance, and Mercury is first, but it's also seen as the messenger or the carrier of information, therefore knowledge. Mercury is also the same as Hermes, which Hermetic knowledge of the Greeks, and Mercury of the Romans, and Woden of the Germans are all the same character, where they are the carriers of information or the bringers of knowledge. And the second one is Venus, which is, of course, symbolic to Aphrodite, or love, especially of a sensual or romantic nature, like to be in love. And of course, being it is the second, women are often seen as loving creatures, loving beings. Creatures is such a bad word. But then again, not, because to create, like, creature is creature. But in the second degree, Venus is 67 million miles from the sun, which means the light from between you and your love, in order for that light to travel, it must travel equality God. And what does this mean? Equality God, million miles, of course. So miles just means, it comes from, I want to say Latin, millia, if I'm not mistaken, which just means 1,000 paces. And of course, a pace is the distance between steps. It is not exactly the steps that you take, but the measurement of the distance between your steps, how much ground each step is covering. But for correlation, excuse me, this is saying that in order for you as the son, or God as man, to shed light on love, one must do this through equality, which is making understanding understood, and of God, which is the seven, the completion, the highest self. So by bringing equality to the highest self, or the universal self, is how one truly finds love. And to prove this, 6 and 7 is 13. And 13 is also M, the 13th letter of the alphabet, which is to master, or to show authority, or control over, to not conquer and not dominate, because those words have negative connotations, but yes, to overcome, to surpass, Um, and of course, the 1 and the 3 is knowledge and understanding. And the way to go from knowledge to understanding, the zigzag zig, is through wisdom or the application of the knowledge. And in the nation, in the 5% nation, which is also referred to sometimes as the nation of gods and earths, being that the man is God and the woman is earth. The third degree, again, the 2 is the 1 and the 3, or the 2 is how you get from the 1 to the 3. So from the third degree, we learn that Earth is 93 million miles, or 93 million miles from the sun. And this number is 9 and 3 is born understanding. And born is to bring into existence, to make manifest. And understanding in its truest essence is love. So to born love, or to make manifest understanding, is the way in which you, as the son, as a man, could allow your light as the sun to reach your earth, or your information, because light is just, that's what light is. Light is waves of information. So in order for it to make your knowledge born into understanding of your earth, the way to do this would be to manifest understanding. That is to use your knowledge with her wisdom to bring forth understanding, or the third principle, or the child, which is symbolic to us being on the third planet, the planet of life, the new reality born out of the first two. And again, this is just an illustration of how knowledge applied, or how knowledge can be applied. And these solar facts, again, being that the man is also knowledge, is also the sun, is also God, and a woman is also wisdom, is also Venus, is also the earth, then in order to best communicate between the sun and the earth, this light, or this information, must travel 93 million miles, or really 93 billion paces. And again, that 93 is born understanding, and 9 plus 3 is 12, which is again bringing us back to knowledge and wisdom. And 1 and 2 being 3 again shows improved the understanding, or the love, that is the third rock from the sun, this earth that is dirt. Just how in real life, in order to communicate with your significant other, whether it's from her to you or you to her, Um, in order for the information to truly be received on one end or the other, it must be born of understanding or manifested of love, a manifestation of love. Excuse me. Otherwise, it is hard to speak because men speak in a certain, we have been programmed to speak in a certain language as far as logic, and women have been programmed to speak in a certain language as far as emotion. Um, but this is because knowledge is the foundation and is symbolic to men, and wisdom is the way, or the actions, or the knowledge applied. The way in which you use the knowledge is your wisdom. Um, and of course, this knowledge and the way you use it should show, improve, or add up to 3 or understanding. Which is why you have to, in any kind of communication, love is the way to do it, really. To be, even when you have the hard things, uncomfortable things to say, if you say it from a place of love and it is received at a place of love, then it really don't even have to travel. There is no chance of being lost in translation because there is no translation. There's only lation. But peace, wisdom to all those who choose to build. On this day of wisdom, make sure you show some extra love to your queen, or manifest or make born some understanding for your queen so that she can see the light in you and receive that light and utilize it to bring forth understanding for the whole cipher. Peace. Y'all have a good one.